Welcome to Retail Focus, brought to you by 14:59 p.m. Retail Focus provides insightful, timely, and engaging discussions on the latest trends, news, and developments in retail, e-commerce, and technology. We aim to inform and inspire professionals, enthusiasts, and anyone curious about the evolving landscape of these industries. And now, here are your hosts, John Suder and Bart Mroz.
Support for Retail Focus comes from Nerve Tonic Brand. Born in 2012 out of sheer boredom and questionable decisions, Nerve Tonic Brand has somehow defied the odds and logic to become a powerhouse online lifestyle brand. What started as a whim has transformed into a global hub of edgy clothing, snarky accessories, and unapologetic lifestyle essentials for those who prefer their style with a side of sarcasm. Sign up for the newsletter today to score 10% off your first order and stay ahead of the game with exclusive drops and discounts. That's nervetonicbrand.com, your style elixir. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Retail Focus. I'm John Suder here once again with my co-host, Bart Mroz.
What's up, everybody?
What's up, Bart? Before we get started today, why don't you tell us what your awesome thing for this week is?
I think the thing I went on Sunday. Was it Sunday last week? So I live in Newark, Connecticut, and there's an old power plant up here. And a tech guy that sold this company bought the whole island. So they're redoing this into a multi-use type of place. It'd be interesting.
Like event space, co-working, or like
event space, beach. I think the brewery is going to go in there. So a whole bunch of stuff.
It's like it's not oceanfront, but what is it, a lake? A natural lake?
No, I mean, it's the Sound. It's the Long Island Sound.
Okay, got it.
But like, that, I think they're putting a whole bunch of cool stuff in there. Kids, like recreation, nature stuff. And the coolest part is actually, it's not your typical, like, I'm just going to buy a build something. Like, they're actually very conscious about the community and trying to figure out what they want to do with it. You're going to have arguments on both sides all the time. People don't want it, people do it. Like, that's all that. But they're trying to be very conscious about all the, no music festival, so that's not loud. Right. They're very particular about this. So that was kind of cool.
That sounds great. What is it called?
Mansera. Well, it used to be Mansera Island. Now it's going to be Mansera Wilds. They renamed it.
That's pretty cool. I like projects like that. I love to see more stuff.
And I showed you pictures of it. It's kind of cool. Or the renderings.
Pretty neat. My awesome thing, I'll give you two guesses, and they're both Tour de France. We're at stage 12. There's an Irishman in the lead, Ben Healy, Batati Pogacar, and Jonas Vingegaard. We're in the mountains today. I'm actually watching it as we're recording and multitasking. Very exciting. As I said, it's my favorite time of the year. But anyway, I'm sure only a very small percentage of our audience cares about it. So let's move on. All right, our first story for today. Today we're going to talk about Amazon's brand new AI agent store. A major leap in how business and developers access, buy, and deploy AI agents. So what is an Amazon AI agent store? It's not a place where you buy secret agents. It's where you buy AI agents, and they're not actually people. They're pieces of software. The Amazon AI agent store launched via AWS is an online marketplace where companies and developers can browse, purchase, and deploy specialized AI agents, the next generation of software that acts autonomously to solve complex business problems. The marketplace brings together pre-built agents from top AI startups like Anthropic, allowing direct access for AWS customers to a wide range of AI tools tailored for tasks like workflow automation, customer service, and software development. So the key features are centralized shopping. It's a one-stop shop for AI agents and tools. Enterprises can explore and install agents that fit their business needs. Everything from automating code reviews to handling customer support or modernizing legacy systems. It presents revenue opportunities for developers and startups. They can list their agents in the store and earn income as businesses deploy their solutions on AWS's trusted platform. And it has seamless integration. Agents are cloud native, which means they're built to plug into AWS environments securely and with minimal hassle. AWS provides compliance and security guardrails, crucial for large organizations. It also features multi-agent collaboration. Businesses can deploy multiple agents that work together, handling complicated tasks by breaking them into manageable steps and coordinating responses. And it also offers flexible pricing. Vendors can offer agents as subscriptions or on a usage basis, with AWS taking a cut. So why does this matter? Well, it accelerates business automation by lowering barriers to access and making discovery easy. Amazon is setting up enterprises to quickly adopt AI-driven automation. Levels the playing field. Smaller AI developers can get their tools in front of big enterprise clients without needing a giant sales team. And it's a big ecosystem bet. With partnerships like Anthropic and an $8 billion investment to back it up, Amazon is taking a claim as the go-to platform for agentic AI. Amazon is not alone in launching an AI agent marketplace. Microsoft, Google Cloud, and Salesforce have rolled out similar stores. However, Amazon's vast AWS customer base and infrastructure investments make this a potential game changer. Offering a frictionless platform where any company can boost productivity and innovation with reliable, secure AI agents, Amazon is pushing agentic AI from a trend into a mainstream business tool. Amazon's AI agent store aims to make AI-powered automation as accessible and practical as buying any cloud service. Whether you're a developer with a smart new agent or a business looking to streamline operations, this marketplace promises to connect you faster and more securely than ever before. Sounds like a plugin store from WordPress days, right?
That's pretty fun.
I was like, hey, what plugins?
I mean, sure. I mean, that's great. I think that's, it's another place to play with them, right? Like you don't want to build them, and it's some of these other things are harder to play with, right?
Obviously, a whole lot less spendy than building your own. I think this is a fantastic idea. And also, this gives an opportunity for smaller players with big ideas to get in front of larger customers that they probably would have.
Yeah, and then there's going to be a marketplace, right? People will build their stuff. There's going to be, the faster you get into it, the better it is, right? It's like anything, right? Like WordPress to any CRM or any, e-commerce platform, you just kind of build them, right? Like,
yeah. And the compliance is built in, so it's secure, easy entry for smaller players, as I said. Subscription or usage based. So if you don't like your agent, you can tell your agent, you off the island, you agent in here.
You off the island.
I think this is really going to accelerate a lot of AI adoption for all types of companies. I mean, I don't see a real downside to this. I mean, I think this is a great thing.
No, me neither. I think this is great. See how they executed stuff like that. It'd be nice if they included some of this stuff into the lady too.
Yeah. Yeah. You know what? And I'm always been a fan of, and I know you are as well, fan of open source and extensible software. So this is actually, I think this is a very cool story. We'll keep an eye on this one. Amazon AI Agent Store. Buy your secret agents on Amazon.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to move on to but yet another Tesla story. Grok is coming to Tesla.
So I'm going to say, I know you're going to read this. It's funny because I didn't see the show notes. Everybody knows I don't read show notes. I was going to send you because I got the email from them saying it's coming. I've not gotten an update yet.
Here, I'll get you up to speed. Bart likes to raw dog his scripts. He just goes in fresh and clean. All right. Grok is coming to Tesla. Tesla is making headlines this week by bringing Grok, the AI chatbot from Elon Musk's xAI, directly into its vehicles with its new 2025.26 software update. This is Tesla's most ambitious AI integration yet, giving drivers a hand-free conversational assistant that sits right in the dashboard. Musk has been teasing this Tesla Grok integration for months, claiming that Grok would become an AI assistant that would enable drivers to chat with their cars and ask Grok to perform certain tasks. Reportedly, the integration will also allow drivers to choose a Grok personality, with choices including an argumentative Grok, a therapist Grok, an unhinged Grok, and even a Grok that is not safe for work. Here's why this is a big deal. Grok will come pre-installed on all new Teslas delivered from July 12th, 2025. For existing cars, Grok is rolling out an over-the-air update only to vehicles with the newer AMD processors. Older Intel-based Teslas will have to wait a bit longer. At launch, Grok is in beta and focused on chat, information, and entertainment, not controlling the car itself. It won't replace traditional voice commands for now, but you'll be able to enable Grok for Q&A, storytelling, news summaries, and playful banter by either tapping the app launcher or holding the voice command button. The integration marks an important milestone. It ties together Tesla, the Optimus robot, and Musk's other ventures under the xAI ecosystem, hinting at deeper AI-powered features in future updates. In short, if you're driving a new Tesla in the US, you can now meet Grok, your smarter, chattier co-pilot. This is just the beginning, with more functionality and broader hardware support coming soon. Bart, your thought?
So when I got that, it was 2 days after XAI went into like the crazy political, like,
when it became a mecha hit or whatever.
Yeah, it was whatever it was doing, and I was like, "Oh, this is fun." Yeah, I was like, "I'm gonna wait for this update." Well, it's over the air, so I think it's kind of interesting if it's gonna work properly. Like, what's annoying is, so I own a Tesla. That there's no CarPlay, which is kind of sucky because Apple's or Android CarPlay is actually better than anything else out there. But whatever. So we have software. So what the funny part of is, and I know this is part of the issue with Bluetooth, is they can't get their texting right. So if you do a group texting, it sucks. So I was like, so they couldn't fix that, but they're putting in AI into the car. And I'm like,
could you get a chatbot?
Yeah.
Best I can do is, can you fix Bluetooth? Best I can do is chatbot, sir.
Yeah. I mean, listen, if it does what it's supposed to do, and searching and stuff like that makes a difference, yeah, that's going to be kind of cool. Especially when you're driving, you can click a button and ask a question instead of trying to search for things.
Right.
How quick that is going to be, I don't know. I mean, I get it. I have played with Grok, but I don't know. I don't know how good it is. It still makes me a little queasy.
Yeah, I have not played with Grok. I saw one of the AI dorks on Twitter did a head-to-head test of some really hardcore tasks, Grok versus Claude, and Grok smoked it. So I don't know, man. I'm just against Grok because of who the owner is.
Yeah.
But what I'm reading a lot of positive things about this agent. So I don't know. I'm going to keep my mouth shut for now because I'm not speaking from experience. But from what I hear, Grok is actually pretty powerful. Besides the Nazi stuff.
I think that the thing is, like, if you look at it, all these models are just trying to beat on each other like crazy, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it, like every single one, Perplexity comes out of Labs, Anthropic comes out of this one comes out of this one comes out, like all of them are trying to just beat each other up. And at the end of the day, all these models are becoming the same thing, right?
All right. So what we often, you and I being old timers, we reminisce. This reminds me of browser wars. We're in a great time because they're all fighting each other for dominance, and we went through the browser wars. And you go through different pieces of software just like this. We're at a time now where they're all battling against each other for who's
dominance. I mean, they're all just dominant, right? Like they're trying to do it. I mean, it's a lot more costly than browser wars.
Sure.
The day. So it's a lot more costly. They're big models. They're trying to be commercially available, right? Because they're not building, specific models for specific things, right? They're not like, oh, I'm just building this model for this business problem.
We talked about last week about the medical model that Microsoft's doing. Not everyone is building. It hasn't been siloed just yet. Now there are applications that are siloed, but the models themselves are just these big models.
I mean, I find they're huge models. They're across the board that they have to be public facing. Like that's the play for them, right?
Mm-hmm.
To the point where obviously Apple is using OpenAI right now, and everything's kind of integrated to it. Where like the other day, I forgot I turned this feature on Safari because I had the new browser. When you search, it goes straight to OpenAI to search and not browser, which is kind of like, it automatically opens it, and I forgot I turned that on, and I was like, whoa, oh yeah, well, that makes sense. So I find myself doing that. So, the same thing, like if it works exactly like that in the car, it's great because it can just search stuff, right? So like the car has a browser built in, but you're not going to use it while driving, right? Like that's not a thing. I think it's making, what do you think about him? Like making a car an interesting mode now because multiple things. It's a computer, right, with a big battery. So everything's built in. So a browser is built in. You can use, you can browse stuff. On the entertainment stuff, when you stop, you can watch it. Obviously, it turns it off when you're driving. Zoom is built in, which is kind of fun because you just zoom in. But like if you're stopped, it has the internal camera in a car, so you can just do the whole zoom while sitting in a car if you needed to.
Oh, wow.
So like they're building more apps into cars, which is kind of always interesting. Same thing with, Apple Play, CarPlay, and the Android Play, whatever they're using, they're doing the same thing. Like if you're driving, you can't be on video. Like it just knows because it's plugged in. So yeah, cars just another computer basically. But if you're driving long highways, you want to ask a question. Be interesting.
Yeah, I see a lot of practical applications for this, though. I mean, it's better than taking your hands off the wheel and trying to look up where the nearest McDonald's is. It's just you just say, "Hey, Grok, I got some
anything. Yeah.
I got a hankering. I got a hankering for a snack wrap. I got a hankering for a snack wrap. Where's my nasty keys?"
Right. Well, listen, you can say that and maps will come up with it, right? Everybody says that. But like, think about how much you drive and you're thinking about something. It was like, oh, what about this? What about this? What about like just a conversation,
Yeah, I was just being very general about that, but that's a really good point about, when you drive, your mind wanders. And if you're not listening to music or podcast, you're thinking about stuff, unless you're...
I told you last week, I had this whole conversation with OpenAI. I just pressed it. I just talked. And I was like, I just did a brainstorming session while driving the car about something that I was thinking about without I had to write it down. It's all
right. That's the other thing. It's like you get these thoughts and you're like, oh, I got to write this down. And you're like, I'm in the car or whatever. I mean, unless you're a monster like David Putty, you just stare straight ahead like this as you drive and don't think about it.
Well, your mind wanders, right? You're like, I want to think have a conversation. Like, I think people will use it a lot more than we think they will.
Yeah. When you told me that last week, I was like, you know what? I need to try that because I have a lot of time. I automatically put a podcast on. I'm like, I guess I'm like one of those people that just can't sit in silence. Now I'm thinking, I should try that because I do have a lot of thoughts that escape me as I'm driving. And it's like, because my hands are on the wheel, I can't write it down. I can't sketch it out. It's a good point you make.
It's just having another person that's like impartial, really, like, have a conversation and brainstorm.
Right.
It was one of those funny. I knew it could do it. I just never had that full on thing. And I just blabbed to it and I just ask a question and this, and you have this nice conversation.
All right. So let me ask you, what mode are you going to use? Therapist, sexy, unhinged, conspiracy?
Fully unhinged.
Fully unhinged. Me too. I'd pick unhinged. Unhinged with a skosh of conspiracy.
A little sarcasm.
And a whole lot of sarcasm. All right, that's pretty interesting. We'll keep an eye on that one as well. Our final story of the day. McDonald's AI blunder. McDonald's faced a major embarrassment this week when a colossal security flaw in their AI-powered hiring system exposed the personal data of up to 64 million job applicants. The core issue, researchers were able to access previously confidential information like names, emails, phone numbers, and more, simply by guessing one of the world's weakest passwords. You guessed it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here's how it happened. McDonald's uses an AI chatbot named Olivia, developed by Paradox AI, to screen job candidates and collect their details across thousands of outlets. Security researchers discovered that the back end of this hiring platform, McHire, could be accessed with the laughably simple default credentials. You guessed it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inside, they found an unprotected database containing tens of millions of applications and chat histories, effectively leaving sensitive applicant information wide open for any potential hacker. While McDonald's quickly fixed this vulnerability after being notified, the revelation has triggered widespread backlash and renewed scrutiny of how companies are deploying AI without fundamental cybersecurity safeguards. The incident stands as a cautionary tale for the entire business world. Automating processes with AI can bring speed and efficiency, but skipping basic security can have huge and very public consequences. This will likely lead to stricter security standards, increased regulatory scrutiny, and renewed emphasis on human oversight in the AI-driven hiring process. Ultimately, business must balance efficiency gains from AI with robust privacy and ethical safeguards to maintain trust and protect candidate data. How about that?
Story has all this time.
You could just plug any other company in there and be like,
I mean, that's, listen, this is the inherent part of security, right? Like people think it's just easy. It's like the systems are secure. The problem is the humans, right? Like your password was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like, duh, don't do that. Like how many, listen, I used to do support and like we used to say this, like we're blue in the face,
Yeah.
This is the other side of this is, this is a major system, but this is where the vibe coding side of it is a problem too, because don't understand, there's security issues all over the place, right? You can't just randomly put stuff out there without understanding what security looks like, what credit card stuff looks like, what all those things look like. Yes, use vibe coding to do prototypes, but don't make them actual systems.
Don't send them to production. Don't send them to production.
Allow them to be done. But at the end of the day, the system was probably secure. But if your system is 1, 2, 3, like your password is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's just quite alien right there.
I read this story. I was just like, head slap. Like, what were they thinking?
Like how many times you've been in big corporate offices and people have freaking sticky notes with their, passwords?
And it's just sitting there, right?
I understand back in the day, you have to remember passwords. Like, use a password manager and have a good password for your password manager. Like, they're built in now. Like, this is the whole point of these.
Yeah, back in the day, I used to use a Rolodex to keep all my passwords. But then again, I just work in my office by myself. So the only person that's going to hack into my computer is my dog.
Anyway. This is literally story. Like every iteration, there's always a story for this because somebody just put password as password.
Yeah. As Bart would say, a story as old as time and computers themselves.
Correct.
Crazy. All right, we're going to close it up. We're reaching a half hour already. Gosh, it goes by so fast. That's it for this week. We hope you learned something, but if not, at least you wasted some time. We'll be back next week with more questionable advice and unsolicited opinions. Unsolicited. If you enjoyed the episode, please rate, review, and subscribe. If you prefer the video experience, you can check out our YouTube channel. And lastly, check us out on the socials. We are on Bluesky, Twitter, and Facebook. And sign up for our newsletter where you get extended show recaps and behind-the-scenes info on the show. Links are in the show notes. Bart, closing thought.
Stay safe, my friends.
Stay safe and always change your passwords.
Yes.
We'll see you on the internet next week. Until next time, may your internet be faster, video calls be clear, and your mute button always work when you need it most. Peace.
Yeah.
Peace out.
What do you do now?